Ancient mythology says wizards are known to possess magic, but this season Tracy McGrady and Orlando have owned Washington. T-Mac casts the spells for his magic, while the Wizards counter with Gilbert Arenas, who's going through a magical stretch of games himself, tying the franchise record for three-pointers made, recording his second career triple-double, and scoring 25 or more points in 5 consecutive games. Can Gilbert match T-Mac and help the Wiz get the magic back? From the TD Waterhouse Center in Orlando, the Magic hosts the Wizards. Next. Comcast Sportsnet presents Wizards basketball tonight live from the TD Waterhouse Center in Orlando, Florida. It's the Washington Wizards and the Orlando Magic. The Wizards in the second of a back-to-back after their worst loss of the season last night, 117-87 to Denver. Tonight, the Wiz look for their first win in 4 games against the NBA's leading scorer, Tracy McGrady, and the Orlando Magic coming off an 11-point loss last night in Miami. Hi, folks. Great to be with you tonight for Wizards Hoops from Orlando. Steve Buckhantz with Phil Chenier. And not only was that 30-point loss to Denver the worst loss of the season for the Wizards, it was a costly one as well. Kwame Brown, Jarvis Hayes, Jared Jeffries all suffered some sort of injury. None are expected to play tonight.
Well, I'll tell you, if you add the names of Hughes, Stackhouse, and Whitney, that brings the number of players eligible and suited up tonight to 8. Now, we see Jared warming up, so we don't know if he's going to play. But what that means is more minutes, more shots, and more responsibilities for other players, including Juan Dixon. You know, he's had his number called quite a bit lately. In fact, in the last 3 games, he's been averaging 39 minutes, 20 points, and made half of his shot, nearly half of his shots, also 3 assists and 3 rebounds. But don't be surprised if tonight, because of the injury situation, if Juan has his 3rd consecutive game of 40 minutes or more.
Well, with 20 games to go in the regular season, the Wizards are 0 for Florida. 3 losses to Miami, 3 losses to Orlando.
Well, Orlando coming into this game, one of the worst defensive teams, but they've done well against Washington, holding them under 95 points. Their shooting percentage around 41%. Even rebounding, where they are dead last, they've matched Washington's effort there. On the other side, you see their offense very strong, averaging 100 points, and also doing a good job with 21 assists a game.
Well, the Magic lost last night in Miami by 11. They've dropped 2 in a row. As good as Tracy McGrady is, and he leads the league in scoring, he plays even better against the Wizards.
He's going for his 2nd consecutive NBA scoring title. If he is to get that, he would be only the 9th player in NBA history to get back-to-back scoring titles. You're right, leading the league with 27 points, but against Washington, he seems to have his best games always, going back to 2 years from almost the date where he had his first 50-point games. This year, no different. His scoring up 6 points, his rebounding and assists, even field goal percentage up. Remember, he had 18 of his 39 points in the first quarter in their last meeting.
Lots of familiar faces in the house, none more so than this guy, Juwan Howard, who played 6+ seasons for the Wizards and now averages 16 points and 7 rebounds for Orlando. Wizards and the Magic are coming up from Central Florida. Well, last night the Wizards lost to the Nuggets by 30, and it was a costly one. Jared Jeffries, Kwame Brown had a bad ankle. Jarvis Hayes with a hamstring. You see his left leg wrapped up. Kwame and Jarvis are out of tonight's game. However, Jared Jeffries not only dresses out, he will start tonight, and that's good news for the Wizards, who thought they may be without Jared Jeffries this evening. We take a look at our forward starting lineups. First for your Washington Wizards. With a record of 20 wins and 42 losses, Wizards are 6th in the Atlantic, 18 games behind the first-place Nets. Washington 14-19 at home, 6-23 on the road. Gilbert Arenas and Juan Dixon get the start. Gilbert, in his last 6 games, averaging 29 points and 6 assists on 46% shooting. And in the front court for Washington, it is Jared Jeffries, with Brendan Haywood and Christian Laettner, who will make his 17th start of the season tonight. Last night against the Nuggets, Brendan with 10 points on 4 of 6 shooting. The head coach in his first season in Washington is DC's own Eddie Jordan, with an overall record now as a head coach of 53 wins, 106 losses. Eddie is assisted by Mike O'Koren, Phil Hubbard, Tom Young, and the Wizards trainer is Steve Stricker. The Orlando Magic have dropped 2 in a row. They're 18-48 on the year. That's 7th in the Atlantic, 22 games behind first place New Jersey. Magic are 9-23 at home, 9-25 on the road. They'll start former Wizard Tyronn Lue with Tracy McGrady in the backcourt. T-Mac leads the league in scoring, and in the last game against Washington, had 39 points and 9 rebounds. In the front court, it's newly acquired Deshaun Stevenson with Andrew DeClercq and Juwan Howard. Stevenson last night at Miami with 18 points on 8 of 15 shooting, getting his 9th start tonight. Juwan Howard has played for 4 NBA teams since 2001. The Wizards, the Mavs, the Nuggets, and the Magic. The head coach in his first season is Johnny Davis, who took over for Doc Rivers on November 17th. After Rivers was fired following 4+ seasons as head coach here, Davis had been an assistant with the Magic since 1999. All right, let's take a look at the Jim Coleman keys to tonight's game. Phil?
Steve, we'll call this our over and under. First of all, on offense, Washington wants to get over 100 points and at least outdo their opponents in assists. The Magic are last in the league in defense, as I mentioned, giving their opponents 101 points and also yielding over 24 assists a game. The under is under 100 points and under 50% shooting. Of course, that's been a problem with Washington all year. For the Magic, defense has been a problem all year, rebounding especially. They've been out-rebounded in 47 of their 66 games. They're 9-38 in those games have been out-rebounded. And their secret weapon, T-Mac, obviously averaging 33 points, but in each of the other wins, one other player at least has had significant contributions. Shammond Williams had a season-high 17 points, Lee Nalen and Keith Bogans. And then the last game, Rod Strickland and Juwan Howard put up big numbers. So, you know, they have a secret weapon, but I feel like we should almost have a disclaimer with the new faces that are changing up.
Exactly. Well, wait till we get to Atlanta and talk about new faces. They got 8 new guys on the team.
I'm talking about our guys. I mean, they're not new faces, but I mean, when you have to adjust the lineup the way they have at the last minute.
I talked to Dwayne Farrell prior to the game. He said, can you lobby to get me a 10-day contract? They could use him. T. Lue comes up with a steal the first play of the game to Juwan Howard, who scores. And the former Wizard has his team out 2-0.
I hope this isn't a bad omen, but I just saw Juan going down and he's limping back over. They get a 20-second.
That's unbelievable. We'll take
and it happened
look.
on that first play. He couldn't even go after the ball.
Wow.
T. Lue, one of the more aggressive defenders and very solid. Whoa. His right ankle turned over. Just didn't stop.
So Juan comes out and is replaced now by Mitchell Butler, who we thought initially might get his first start of the season, but Jared Jeffries starting in somewhat of a surprise to us. However, Jeffries did hurt the right knee last night. Nothing to do with the surgery, although it is the same knee. Gilbert Arenas' first shot, Leitner's there to tip it in. So we understand that the knee that Jared Jeffries hurt last night had nothing to do with his surgery, but it is the same knee, and he's starting this evening. Here's T-Mac.
You got to understand that he's probably still a little sore, regardless of how much damage is done. And what does he have to do? He has to come out and guard the leading scorer in the NBA, Tracy McGrady.
Tough challenge for Jeffries, although he is one of the better defensive players on the Wizards, often drawing the other team's leading scorer. Here's Christian Laettner. Leitner's jumper no good, and Juwan Howard gets the rebound. Juwan averaging 7 boards. Has played 66 games, started 62 for this team, and has played well against the Wizards as well this season. Here's McGrady. Backs up on Laettner for the open jumper. Good.
Remember that game that he had the last meeting, scored 18 points in the first quarter, and I think he had 11 points before Eddie Jordan could get a timeout.
against the Wizards this year, McGrady has scored 27, 35, and 39 in the 3 games respectively. Butler penetrates and lays it in. Nice move by Mitchell Butler in his 8th year from UCLA. Started his career with the Bullets. Steve Buckhanson and Phil Chenier as this brief 2-game road trip commences here in Orlando. The Wizards will be in Atlanta Friday night. McGrady again, in and out. And then back home to face the Boston Celtics at MCI Center Saturday night. Always a good matchup against the Celtics. Get your tickets for that game. As the Wizards try to snap a 3-game losing streak. Here's Haywood. Brendan penetrates and travels. Wizards are 29th in the league in turnovers, averaging 17.4. And it'll be interesting, Phil, because Orlando is 4th in the league in turnovers at 13.4.
That's one thing, one area that they do a very good job in protecting the basketball.
Magic have won 2 fewer games than the Wizards this year, 18. And the jumper no good by McGrady. But it all started, really, if you talk to these folks, with that 19-game losing streak after they won the first game of the year against the Knicks. It's been downhill ever since then. T. Lue lost it out of bounds, and the Magic will get it back. Talk about digging yourself a hole. You lose 19 straight games. Tough to bounce back from that.
Absolutely. I mean, you know that you've dug such a deep hole. You have to have a tremendous effort just to get back on even ground.
T. Lue, short jumper, can't get the roll, and Brendan Haywood is there. Magic 3 of 7 from the field. Wizards are 2 of 4. Magic in Miami last night. They lost by 11. Wizards lost by 30 to the Nuggets at MCI Center. Gilbert Arenas, the fadeaway jumper, can't get it to go. Tip up not there, and DeClerc has it. Here comes Tyronn Lue. Former Laker who the Wizards acquired 3 years ago. Tough move by Deshaun Stevenson. Knocked out of bounds, goes to the Wizards. Stevenson coming to Orlando from Utah, and a future second-round pick for Gordan Giracek on February 19th. He's played in 11 games now for this team.
Yeah, he was one of those guys that came straight out of high school also.
Leitner penetrates, kicks it out to Arenas with 7 to shoot. Around Stevenson. Taken away by DeClerc, and a foul is called.
Well, DeClerc's going to argue about that, but we had an excellent view of seeing the body kind of bang. Gilbert's by him, and there you see the body contact. He gets the ball up clean top, but a lot of contact down below.
Arenas misses the first. Hey fans, the Washington Mystics 2004 season is just around the corner with prices as low as $8 per seat per game. There's a Washington Mystics ticket plan that's right for you. Groups of 20 or more get $3 off each ticket. For more information or to set up your ticket plan, call 202-661-5050 to come see Michael Adams and the Washington Mystics.
We have 2 former Bullet coaches. Liddell Eckert will be assisting him, so should be pretty fun. A lot of fun.
Arenas, after making 1 free throw, the Wizards come back the other way. And it's a 6-5 Orlando lead. Inside to Jeffries. Nice pass to Butler, who missed the shot. McGrady got hit on the nose. He'll bring it up.
Good job defensively. Nick Laker was the one that stepped in and picked the pass off.
First turnover by Orlando. The Wizards have committed 3 so far. Jeffries trying to keep it alive, tips it out of bounds. The Magic average 95 points a game, which is 10th in the league. They give up more points than any team in the league, 101. However, the Wizards in 3 games have not reached that number. They've scored 91, 92, and 100. three-pointer from T. Lue. And it's a 9-5 Magic lead. Wizards trying to avoid a sweep at the hands of this team. The last time the Magic swept the Wizards 4 straight games was in the 99-2000 season, as Gilbert Arenas hits for 2. The last time the Wizards swept the Magic in 4 straight was 1989-90. T. Lue kicks it out to Deshaun, over to T-Mac. To T. Lue, nice fake. And 3 seconds is called. Too many passes for Orlando.
Yeah, we've said that over and over again when that starts to happen. And you like to see the ball swung around quickly where the defense is chasing. But you got to remember your big men are trying to set up and establish inside rebounding position. DeClercq just got caught in that lane.
Magic won the first game against the Wizards back in December at MCI Center, 95-91. They won the second game January 9th in Orlando, 103-92. T-Mac had 35 in that one. And they won the third meeting, 104-100, January 28th in Washington. Tracy had 39 in that game. Arenas knocked away. And it looks like it'll go to Orlando with a timeout on the floor. 5:47 to go in a rather low-scoring first quarter. It's the Magic by 2.
Wizards post-game live. Celtics and Wizards Saturday night, only on Comcast Sportsnet.
Well, the last time the Wizards and Magic hooked up was January 28th in Washington. Juwan Howard had a nice game with 21 points. Wizards got a huge game from Kwame Brown with 15 points and 15 rebounds. But Tracy McGrady did what he does best, scorched them for 39, and the Magic won 104-100. And the Wizards without Kwame Brown tonight. He sprained an ankle last night. The Wizards are without Jarvis Hayes tonight. He injured his hamstring last night. Tracy McGrady, who averages 27.5 points per game, which is number 1 in the league, averages 33.7 against the Wizards.
I thought that number would be a little higher in terms of his career numbers against Washington because he's had some pretty big scoring nights.
The Magic are struggling from the field, 4 of 11. Gilbert Arenas off the glass short and saved into T. Lue.
Yeah, both teams shooting under 40%.
Lue goes all the way, has it blocked from behind, and Mitchell Butler saves it in. Nicely done. T. Lue gathers himself at the other end. 5 on 4. Jeffries for the open jumper, short. Out of bounds to Orlando. Magic 9-23 here, 9-25 on the road.
T. Lue giving a stop and go, but still not enough to avoid the block shot. Looked like Mitchell Butler was the one that got it, either he or Leitner.
I think they credited it to Leitner, Phil, and that would be his second of the quarter. Christian getting the start tonight. Juwan Howard in and out. Boy, neither team can really get a basket here, and Orlando's had all kinds of easy looks. T-Mac right now 2 for 4, has 4 points. Arenas, nice pass to Haywood inside, and he misses the short jumper. Brendan gets it back and gets hit in the face, and I believe they'll give him 2. Second personal foul on Andrew DeClercq.
A good setup that time from Gilbert Arenas. Even though Brendan didn't handle the initial pass, he still was able to come up with the loose ball and then the missed shot, and goes to the line for 2.
Maryland's Lonnie Baxter checks into the game, and Christian Leitner gets a rest.
Boy, Eddie Jordan's really going to have to keep an eye on the minutes and the foul situation too, if that becomes an issue. But you know, with 8 or 9 guys, we expect to see Juan Dixon back. We were told that he rolled his ankle over, but he's going to be all right. They're going to retape it, and we should expect to see him back in the lineup.
Lonnie Baxter claimed off waivers on March 3rd. Stevenson jumper good. Deshaun Stevenson, who's playing in his 11th game for Orlando, his 65th overall. And they've been moving him around to the point guard spot. Nice drive by Arenas.
Good finish.
Aton Thomas comes into the Washington lineup and replaces Brendan Haywood, who leaves with 1 point and 3 rebounds. Wizards are 4 of 12 from the field. The Magic 5 of 14 so far.
Well, it's fun to watch Eddie Jordan just try and work these guys. He's trying to just build confidence and not allow them to think about the circumstances.
Sean Rooks in the game, misses the shot. Another jumper is up. That's no good. Jawan is there, hacked from behind. And it appears he'll go to the line. Orlando is 26th in the league in rebounding. Only Phoenix, Seattle, and Toronto are worse on the boards.
Yeah, and when I said earlier about them being last in rebounding, I meant in terms of their opponents. Their opponents average more rebounds than anybody else. And I think I mentioned that they've been out-rebounded in 47 or 48 of the 66 games. So, that's not a good number, and it's not a good way to try and get yourself wins to go from a rebounding deficit.
Jawan played his first 6+ seasons in Washington after the Bullets drafted him 5th overall in '94. Traded to Dallas with Calvin Booth and Obinna Kesey for Leitner and Atan Thomas, Courtney Alexander, Loy Vaught, and Hubert Davis in February of 2001. Played about a season there in Dallas and then traded to Denver with Donnell Harvey and Tim Hardaway for Nick Van Exel, Rafe LaFrentz, Avery Johnson, and Tariq Abdul-Wahed. And then the Magic signed him as a free agent this past July. Arenas from way outside missed it.
He was out by the Magic sign out there near half court.
McGrady penetrates, kicks it out to Rooks. He'll take the jumper and miss it. Magic now 29% from the field. And the Wizards turn it over. 5 turnovers for Washington. They average 17.4 per game. Wizards are 20 and 42. This time last year they were 30 and 32. Jawan inside, that's blocked.
It was blocked by Butler.
Thomas picks it up for Arenas. Gilbert set, shoots, and misses. Wizards shooting 4 of 14 from the field.
Gilbert's been shooting those threes well, but he may want to be a little bit more patient in pulling the trigger on those. And, like we said before, he has the ability to have an impact on the game in a variety of ways.
3 to shoot. Howard fadeaway jumper, too short. And Atan Thomas is there. 3rd rebound for Atan. Here's Mitchell Butler. Tip up by Arenas left-handed. Game tied at 12. Howard pushed out of the way, and it looks like it'll be Lonnie Baxter to pick up the loose ball foul. Neither team shooting well. Game is tied at 12 with 1:59 to go, first quarter. All right, here's a look at the Toyota League leaders. Once again, Tracy McGrady is #1 in the league in scoring and trying to take advantage of Allen Iverson's injury situation. Tracy at 27.5 points a game. Also averages 6 rebounds, 5.5 assists. He's 17th in the league in that category. And 1.4 steals, which is 25th. This is what he's done so far tonight.
Yeah, recently, in fact, last month, he became the youngest, second youngest, I should say, youngest player to reach 10,000 points, only 24 years old, less than 25, 24 and some odd days. How many? I thought you were looking up a chart there.
Jawan inside against Lonnie Baxter. 10 to shoot. Dumps it inside. And a foul is called. And that'll send Tracy McGrady to the line.
Well, neither team is shooting the ball well, needless to say, both under 35%. Tracy trying to make something happen inside, can't get the roll, but he will go to the line. But Washington is getting the battle of the boards. They're out rebounding the Magic 13-9 and getting the points in the paint. 8 points in the paint, 5 second chance points. So we said that that's an area that they can really attack this team, even with the depleted lineup that they have. This Orlando team has really had problems all season long with rebound and defense.
McGrady, who is 37th in the league in free throw shooting, makes 1 of 2. And the Magic lead 13-12. Steve Buckhantz with Phil Chenier. Juan Dixon, in fact, back in the game after turning his right ankle. He had it retaped, as Phil mentioned, and he's back. Here's Tom Thomas. Short jump hook, and the Wizards have the lead at 14-13. Boy, to say the Wizards are depleted and shorthanded might be the understatement of the season. Stackhouse and Hughes out. Kwame out tonight. Jarvis Hayes out. Jeffries playing hurt, and now Juan Dixon playing hurt. Team dressing only 9 players. 8 is the league minimum.
Well, we thought it was going to be that number until we saw Jared Jeffries come out in uniform.
Deshaun Stevenson, who played 3.5 years in Utah in the 2-guard spot, being worked into the point guard position here. Tracy McGrady can't get it to go. Gets the rebound. And throws it away. Turned it over. Nothing but Wizards in the lane. Jeffries trying to bring it up the court. Saves it to Dixon. Thomas, short jumper. A little bit off the rim. And here comes Jawan. Stevenson can't get the roll. Magic are 6 for 24 from the field, 25%. Blake goes all the way and lays it off the glass, tipped out of bounds. Give it to the Wizards. 7/10 of a second remain in the period, and the Magic have a 1-point lead. Dixon, that's good if it goes, and it nearly did. 27% shooting for the Wizards, 25% shooting for the Magic. 7 points for Gilbert Arenas on 3 of 8 field goals, and after 1 in Orlando, it's the Magic 15 and the Wizards 14. Area Volkswagen dealers, proud sponsors of the Washington Wizards. Well, Tracy McGrady is 24 years old. He's in his 7th year. He, of course, out of high school, Mount Zion Academy, a basketball factory down in Durham, North Carolina. Kwame Brown, who's in his 3rd year in the league, not playing tonight. Kwame turned 22 years old today.
Today's Kwame's birthday.
It is March 10th. Happy birthday to Kwame Brown. And a foul is called on Steve Blake. I thought he had all ball, but the officials thought otherwise.
Well, he almost caught a elbow from Sean Rooks. Watch his left elbow come out.
Man.
He nearly caught it.
That will give Orlando the ball. This is the lowest scoring. There's Kwame. Happy 22nd birthday. Unfortunate that he's not able to play tonight after turning an ankle last night in the loss to Denver. Lowest first quarter of the season for Orlando. And 2 more points for T-Mac, who has 9 points in the game on 4 of 7 shooting. He's got 3 rebounds and an assist. Tracy had that 51 points at Denver beginning of the season. Season high for him. Tom Thomas, 8 to shoot, backs in, short jump hook, and gets fouled. Called on Stephen Hunter. First personal, Tom Thomas to shoot 2. Here's another look.
Tom just does a good job of working his way in for good position. Hunter comes across the arm to commit the foul.
Cars, trucks, and SUVs. Call 1-888-418-2222 or visit easterns.com. Thomas will get another, missed the first. That makes one of two. So this is the first game of the season that Kwame Brown has missed, Phil. Played in all 62 previous games, and that's unfortunate. McGrady's starting to heat up. He's got 11. Leitner the other way scores. Christian Leitner got his 17th start of the year tonight. He averages 6 points and about 5 rebounds a game in his 12th year from Duke. Easy short jumper for Stephen Hunter in his 3rd year from DePaul. Also in the game, DeMatha's Keith Bogans, who wears number 3. Leitner again pulls the trigger, and this time he misses. Here's Bogans. Keith goes all the way, lays it off. It's tipped away by Leitner to Orlando. Keith Bogans was a Parade All-America and a McDonald's All-America at DeMatha his senior year. Varsity letters all 4 seasons with the Stags. Only one other player has done that. We saw him last night. That's right. Good little trivia question.
Where were we last night?
We were at home last night against Denver. That should give you a hint. Still don't know who it is? He owes us a dinner. How about that?
That's right.
Adrian Dantley.
He got a little upset with us, I think. We told him he still owed us dinner.
T. Lou misses. T. Mack the rebound and a loose ball foul on Washington. I don't think Adrian Dantley believed us when we took. Of course, Adrian used to be on the Comcast Sportsnet post-game show last couple of seasons. And he didn't believe us when we told him that he owed us dinner.
He kind of forgot, yeah, but you just reminded him, just touched his memory a little bit.
Said he misses D.C. too, doesn't he?
He said he's never leaving, really. He loves the D.C. area, but he loves what he's doing, it seems like, working with the group there in Denver and the whole coaching staff. And Jeff Gazdelik on down, being quite successful with that team.
This quarter, Tracy McGrady hasn't missed. He's 4 for 4, has 8 points and 15 in the game. Arenas is free for the open jumper. That's no good. Magic by 8. T-Mac again. Look out. Eddie Jordan wants time. 18 points in the game for Tracy McGrady on 8 of 11 shooting. And with 9:13 to go in the half, the Magic have established an advantage with a 9-0 run in the last minute and a half.
They've certainly separated themselves right now. They have an 11-point lead.
Wizards general manager Ernie Grunfeld in attendance tonight. I had a chance to spend quite a bit of time with Ernie this afternoon, talk about the team currently and the future of the team. It was very interesting to pick his brain, get into the psyche of not only the players on the team, but what he's thinking for this squad in the future. And like a lot of folks, he's looking forward to getting his hands dirty, so to speak, doing what he does best. McGrady's jumper, no good. Ernie known for making some terrific moves, not only in Milwaukee the last 4 years, but with the Knicks organization as well.
Not afraid to make moves when he feels strong about something. And there, the last foul on Brendan Haywood. But
he told me, Phil, that he is not adverse to trading anybody, which we know because we've seen him do it. But he says, I'm not trading anybody for nobody.
Yeah.
If I trade somebody, it's going to be for somebody that's going to make an impact on the team.
And I think everybody tries to do that, tries to get equal value or what they see as equal value and something that in their situation will definitely improve the team.
Right.
Tried the back door, just didn't get through. It was Hunter that came up with the steal.
Keith Bogans from long range, no good. Wizards trying to avoid a sweep at the hands of this squad. Gilbert Arenas for three. Gilbert with 81 three-pointers on the season. And Gilbert has 10 points in the game.
He's taken a couple of threes tonight that are good 5-6 feet behind the line.
Now a little double team action on T-Mac. Cuts inside, lays it up and in. How smooth is he, Phil?
Well, it's just like we talked about Carmelo Anthony last night, how smooth they are, but confident, never get frazzled or out of the pocket. And right there, you saw the Wizards sent 2-3 different players, defenders after him. He still maintained his dribble and made his way and ended up with the layup.
Charged the foul to Keith Bogans, his first. Stevenson and Juwan Howard checked back into the lineup for Johnny Davis's squad. There's T. Lue. Played the last 2 years in Washington. Last season played 75 games. And averaged a career best 8.6 points, 3.5 assists, and a couple of rebounds. Arenas with a heck of a move.
Yes.
Gilbert averaging 19.5 points, 5 rebounds, 5 assists. Missed 26 games with the abdominal strain. Playing tonight in his 37th game for the Wizards. Here's T-Mac again. Unbelievable.
You see how quickly, once he gave the ball up, he went right back after Hunter and got the ball back. I mean, he's feeling like he can't be stopped right now. He wants to take over.
Magic with their largest lead of the game, 12 points.
Oh, watch this move by Gilbert Arenas, using the left hand. Remember, he's a righty. And then dives through, slides over to the other side of the shot blocker, Stephen Hunter, and gets it off the glass.
Gilbert 1 of 2 from the free throw line tonight, a 72% free throw shooter. Also recently turned 22 years old. Played and started in all 82 games last year with Golden State. Averaged 18 points, almost 5 rebounds, and 6.3 assists, and of course named the most improved player in the NBA.
Yeah. You know, we started off the season talking about the youth of this team. But you know, I was going through the lineup again, and you're right, saw the 22 for Gilbert, Kwame.
Juwan Howard drives and scores.
Brendan Haywood, Blake, and Juan Dixon, very young team. And right now, obviously not getting the wins that they would like to, but hopefully consider it paid dues and trying to make themselves into a very competitive team.
7 to shoot for Gilbert Arenas and the Wizards. Blocked. Stevenson the other way. For Keith Bogans, who lays it in. Leitner baseline. Strong move by Christian. Christian in his 3rd year with the Wizards. The 4th overall pick in 1992 by Minnesota. He's played with a few teams, including the one we'll see Friday night, the Atlanta Hawks. In fact, he had a couple of his best years in both Atlanta and Minnesota. Arenas is held by Stevenson. So the Magic are off and running here with 5:48 to go in the first half.
Steve, we just got through talking about the youth on this team, and particularly the big men here. And let's take a look at what they've done over the last 3 games. First of all, you can see their line combined average 26 points, 20 rebounds, 44% shooting. They lost all 3 of those games. Now, before that, remember, they won 4 of 5. And that time, averaged nearly 32 points, 23 rebounds, 61% shooting, and individually had 5 double-doubles. Kwame had 3, Atan 2 of those. And I'm not saying that they're the reason that the team is losing, but again, you can see the kind of impact they can have when they're playing well. Again, very young team, and these guys have shown marked improvement already, but obviously you still want to get better and start seeing a few more W's.
Magic on a 19-8 run in the last 5+ minutes. Juan Dixon will try for three. That's way short. And pulled down by Juan Dixon. Juan will shoot another. Stevenson, and he'll pull it out. Tracy McGrady has 24 points. His season high for a first half is 34, which he had at Cleveland on January 26th. And his career high for a half is 37, which he had against Denver on March 9th in 2003.
Yeah, I mean, the guy is really scary. I mean, he just seemed to flick a switch, and he turned it on, and he's been hitting shots ever since the beginning of this quarter.
Bogans fires up an air ball, and the Wizards get it back, trailing 38-25. Steve Buckhantz and Phil Chenier and our Comcast Sportsnet crew. Here's Dixon. And Juwan with another rebound, his fourth of the game.
Well, that's 3 in a row missed shots by Juan, and all of them open shots.
That brings Mitchell Butler up off the Wizards bench. McGrady is held by Jared Jeffries and a foul call. Mitchell Butler comes in for Juan Dixon. Juan 0 for 4 from the field, has no free throws either, and 1 rebound so far in the game. Sprained his ankle on the first play of the game, had it retaped, and so he's not quite 100%. T-Mac drives on Jeffries, lays it off. And the jumper by Juwan Howard is good. Juwan Howard against the Wizards this year in 3 games, 15 points, 9 rebounds in the first. 10 points, 12 rebounds in the second. 21 points, 4 rebounds the last time they played.
Yeah, that last game in particular, he and Rod Strickland really played well, and they made the big difference.
Arenas no good. Haywood trying for the rebound, gets it and misses. Leitner is there, and he gets hit and fouled. They'll call it on Deshaun Stevenson as the Magic enjoy their largest lead of the game, 15.
Well, Brendan staying after it, coming up with the shot. We've been seeing him successful on those type of jump hook shots, but tonight this hasn't fallen for him. He's missed all 4 of his field goal attempts.
Christian Leitner to the free throw line, 29 of 36 on the season for Christian. Gets the first, had his season high of 17 points at Memphis this year. 13 rebounds against Dallas, tied his career high with 9 assists against the Warriors. And also tied his career with 5 blocks, his career high. That came against the Mavericks. Knocked out of bounds by Haywood, who came out to challenge McGrady.
12 seconds to shoot. 12 seconds.
T-Lou open for the jumper. Got it. Lou averaged 9.5 points, 2.5 rebounds, 4.2 assists.
Oh, there. Brendan finally got one down, and looked like he may have even got fouled, but showed some strength.
McGrady, quick jumper, that's off. And Haywood is there. 5 rebounds for Brendan as Arenas goes the other way, misses, tip no good, and a loose ball foul is called on Christian Leitner.
Well, I thought somebody was on the rim as that ball was still in the cylinder. Yeah, a little contact from Hunter, not called. No, that's well off the cylinder, so they got, you said Christian coming over the back.
Yeah, they called it on Leitner. And we see some subs coming in now for Orlando, including number 31, Britton Johnson. Tracy McGrady gets a blow with 3:22 to go in the quarter. McGrady with 24 points in the half. And Juwan Howard at the free throw line. Jay has 7 points so far in this game and 4 rebounds. Andrew DeClerc also checking back in. So Juwan Howard at the line. Season high of 26 against Sacramento back on March 7th. Juwan now in his 10th season in the league. From Michigan. Hunter on the free throw line and not Juwan Howard. And Hunter, the worst free throw shooter on the team at 34%. And now they will let Johnson come back in. But they switch free throw shooters. So Stephen Hunter in his third year from DePaul to the line. Magic have won 13 of 14 games against the Wizards here in Orlando. Last season they split 4 games. Magic won the first 2 by 6 in Orlando and by 17 here. Wizards came back to take the final 2 games at MCI Center by 15 and by 1.
I expect to be carried back a little further. They won 19 of the last 21 here. So
Mitchell Butler's pass knocked away. Gilbert has it with 6 to shoot. Fires the jumper and hits.
Gilbert Arenas.
15 points for Gilbert Arenas on 6 of 15 shooting. And it's a 12-point Orlando lead. Howard baseline for the jumper, partially blocked, and Jawan gets it back. Now he'll shoot again and miss. Arenas trying to keep the Wizards in this thing. Great move up and scores. Oh, that was incredible. And he's fouled. A little stutter step, and he can explode.
And he just blew right by. I think that was Stevenson.
Yeah. Wizards cut the lead to 10 with 2.5 to.
That's right.
So Gilbert Arenas will go to the free throw line. Gilbert having a nice first half himself with 17 points. 2 of 4 from the free throw line. Has a couple of rebounds and an assist. And give Gilbert 18 points now in the game. Washington on a 7-1 run in the last minute and 10. And Tracy McGrady has been out of the lineup in that span. He has 24 points. And now T-Mac back in the game to Stevenson. Deshaun had it knocked away and stolen by the Wizards.
It looked like Gilbert hit that ball between Tracy McGrady's legs and just kept running.
Juan Dixon.
2
into
minutes.
Haywood.
Less than 2 minutes remaining in the
Mitchell
half.
Butler who dumps inside, and Mitchell draws a foul. It's on Andrew DeClerc. That'll be his 3rd personal foul. Here's another look.
Watch him step between the 2 defenders. He knows he's going to get a foul. He goes right into DeClerc. Could have called it on Stevenson as well.
Mitchell Butler brought to training camp this summer. Not drafted out of college, but you remember the Bullets signed him as a free agent in September of 1993 on a roster with 16 guaranteed contracts as they made room for him on the team. And because of that, told me before the season, I'm forever indebted to the organization. Played 3 seasons for the Bullets from 93 to 96. And the Bullets traded him in July of 96 to Portland for Rod Strickland and Harvey Grant. Of course, Rasheed Wallace coming in there, and now Mitchell called for a foul.
It's very quietly creeping back into this game, only down by 7. Mitchell going for the steal, thought he had a good position in terms of fronting that pass and even went for the steal, but that right arm tucked a little bit too far on the jersey of Tracy McGrady.
Tracy McGrady, who played in his 4th All-Star game this year in Los Angeles, now in his 7th season in the league. He's went to high school in Durham, but he grew up about 40 miles from here in a town that's about halfway between here and Tampa. Wow.
1 of 2.
McGrady 3 of 6 from the line tonight, has 25 points. Christian Laettner, meantime, 3 of 7 from the field, has 8 points in this game. Here's Arenas for another jumper, and he got it.
Gilbert Arenas.
20 points in the half for Gilbert Arenas. And it's a 6-point Orlando lead, and foul called inside by Derek Stafford.
Foul on number 44, Christian Leitner.
Leitner picks up his second personal, and it will send Juwan Howard to the line.
Howard, 22.
Oh, here Gilbert has Teron Lou on him. Teron very strong, but Gilbert equally as strong, but also has about 3 or 4 inches over Teron, and you can see him just raise up and drop the jumper on him.
Juwan makes the free throw, played his first 6+ years in D.C. 3 teams the last 3+ years, Dallas, Denver, Orlando. In fact, up until a few days ago, the Wizards had the Magic had 3 former Wizards on the roster with Juwan, T. Lou, and Rod Strickland, but Rod is gone, and he's doing well in Toronto so far.
Moving on to greener pastures. Where's that, Toronto, right?
Right, they basically gave him the opportunity to go play with a playoff-bound team. 7 to shoot. Howard. Well, it looked like contact to me, no call. Leitner couldn't draw the foul, and here's T. Lou.
Well, that was tough. That was a tough no call there. I thought Christian did a real good job of working and drawing the contact.
Howard stolen by Arenas. Great defense by Gilbert, and they work to give and go, and Arenas scores.
Gilbert Arenas.
Boy, Gilbert has some really quick and powerful hands. He just cleanly stripped that last ball from Juwan Howard.
Averages 1.7 steal a game. Mitchell Butler almost got one. Cross court, T. Lou for the long jumper. No good. DeClerc tips it to Stevenson. And they'll pull it out and play for the final shot of the period. Give it to the man, T-Mac, with 25 points in the half.
They want to switch off and get Mitchell Butler on him.
Lou for the long jumper. In and out, no good. DeClerc is there. He misses a short shot, and the Wizards knock the ball out of bounds with just under 3 seconds to play.
Yeah, 2.9 to be exact. Let's hope that missed possession doesn't come back and bite them in this last 2.9 seconds. A lob.
And the basket. Well, you called it, Phil. Just what you didn't want to happen.
I mean, you've got to realize that Tracy McGrady is the focal scoring point at any place he is on the court. You've got to feel like he's in danger. And you saw it setting up. Nobody put a body on him to move him out. See right here. In fact, Leitner kind of backed off of him, it looked like.
McGrady 11 of 15 in the game and has 28 points in the half. 2 seconds for Washington. Stolen by Howard. Good if it goes, and he missed it.
The score at the end of the first half.
Well, the Magic built a 15-point lead, but the Wizards managed to whittle that down on a 13-7 run since that 15-point lead. And at the break, it is Orlando on top, 49-40. Halftime in Central Florida as we send you back to our Comcast Sports, who had a 15-point lead at one point in the first half. Now lead the Wizards 49-40. Steve Buckhatz with Phil Chenier, and glad you're with us tonight as Washington looks to snap a 3-game losing streak after losing to the Nuggets last night, 117-87. That's 3 losses to Denver, Boston, and New York. And here are the stats after one half of play.
Well, I mean, they're pretty much even. Neither team shooting the ball extremely well, but you see Orlando with 4 more field goals made, 3 more attempted. Free throws about equal. Fast break points. Actually, Washington has the advantage there, 13-5. Also 5 block shots.
Gilbert Arenas led the Wizards in scoring with 22 points, the only Washington player in double figures. And Christian Leitner, you can see, had 8. After that, slim pickings. Mitchell Butler with 4. Atan and Brendan had 3 apiece. Tracy McGrady leads all scorers, had 28 in the first half, 21 in the second quarter. Juwan Howard 9, Teron Lou 5, Hunter 3, and Keith Bogans had a field goal. And after one half, the Wizards trail by 9. Washington will be in Atlanta Friday night to take on the Hawks. And Washington playing without Gary Stackhouse, Larry Hughes. They've been injured. Also tonight without Kwame Brown, who turned an ankle last night against Denver. Kwame celebrating his 22nd birthday today. Jarvis Hayes with a hamstring. He told me on the bus last night that he actually heard it a couple of games ago.
Yeah, I remember, I don't know if it was Steve Stricker, somebody telling me that it's been bothering him for a while. So, and that's it's nothing to play with because, boy, you pull those hamstrings and you're out for a while. So hopefully he can recover very quickly. He has that young body. Let's not forget about Chris Whitney, who's also been on the injured reserve list. So.
Right. Eddie Jordan spent the last 4 years as lead assistant with the Nets. Prior to New Jersey, he was the head coach in Sacramento for the final 15 games of the 96-97 season and head coach the entire following year. Had a record of 33-64 in that span. Started as an assistant coach with Sacramento in '92. And what a career Eddie has had. Of course, grew up in Washington, Carroll High School. After he retired from the NBA, he was a volunteer assistant at Rutgers under Tom Young, Wizards assistant coach. He followed Tom Young to Old Dominion as a part-time assistant and then went to Boston College as an assistant under Jim O'Brien in '86 and then an assistant at Rutgers in '88. Played at Rutgers, led them to the 1970s. The ball first, T. Lue, T. Mack, Juwan Howard, along with Deshaun Stevenson and Andrew DeClerc. Jumper good. 30 points in the game for Tracy McGrady. It didn't take him long.
No, you know, he has really worked on his outside shooting, and he feels so confident in that outside shot.
We talk about this every time as Leitner shoots and misses. He wanted a foul, so did Eddie Jordan, who helps Leitner up off the floor. 5-on-4. And the Magic not able to take advantage. In fact, Juwan Howard has it blocked. Christian the other way is fouled by T. Lue. So the Magic look to be a little bit in disarray.
Watch out, Christian.
It goes right up to Derek Stafford to say something to him.
Yeah, I think he said good call. It seemed like it may have been a little exaggeration to that approval. Mitchell Butler coming over with a nice block on Juwan Howard. Richard Leitner never got across half court. He was really disgusted.
Eddie
Jordan.
Jordan.
Yeah, I was going to say the same thing.
Talking to Sean Corbin, Baltimore, Maryland's own. Leitner tries one, no good. Jeffries scored the field goal, and he got fouled. And it's on Juwan Howard.
Christian Leitner has to be thinking, how much contact do I really have to get before I can get called and get to the free throw line?
Right. It is pretty devastating as a player when you're getting creamed like that with no call. Haywood, Brendan is fouled, and he'll shoot two. And if they called it on DeClerc, which they don't, would have been his fourth. It's on T. Lue, his second.
Well, Brendan remained active. First of all, that's the last play, the made basket, and then Jarrett missed the free throw. And it was Brendan that was real active in keeping that ball alive and coming up with the offensive rebound.
Haywood at 57.5% from the free throw line. Made his 40th start of the season tonight. Brendan averaging 7.2 points and 4.8 rebounds, and is 31st in the NBA in blocked shots per game, has 74 on the season. We understand that Juan Dixon now will not return for second half play after spraining his right ankle on the first play of the game. McGrady against Jeffries, 4 to shoot, fadeaway jumper, score the field goal, and he'll go to the line. What a play.
Well, don't let that slim build fool you. He still has a lot of strength, and he's able to fight off contact, likes to shoot the fadeaway shot, drops it in there. Foul has to be on Jared Jeffries. He's the only one by there. I didn't see a lot of contact.
Me either. Jared's second personal. It seems like there's no spot on the floor unsafe for Tracy McGrady.
Yeah, and that he's not comfortable in pulling up.
Arenas over to Sean Stevenson and
Same
scores.
thing with him. That has to be a three, right?
It is. And that's his second three-pointer of the game. And Gilbert has 25 points. So the two stars matching each other. Oh my! McGrady again.
This is starting to develop into a real shootout.
Arenas missed off the glass. Jeffries knocked it out of bounds. 36 points for Tracy McGrady, whose season high is 51. Leads the NBA at 27.5 points a game. And against the Wizards, he's just unconscious. 8 to shoot. McGrady from long range. That's a little short. DeClerc the rebound. McGrady again lays it off for Jawan. Howard draws the foul, and he'll go to the line. He hit Butler right in the nose.
He remembered Butler only a few moments ago blocking his shot out at the top of the key. Tracy this time dumps it off to Jawan. Jawan goes by the first defender. He wants to make sure he gets to the free throw line.
Jawan is 3 of 4 from the line tonight, has 9 points, 3 of 11 shooting, and 6 rebounds for Jawan. Also has 6 assists in the game.
I remember when Jawan played with the Bullets/Wizards, and it never really came. I think his high score was 41, 42 points, but always came in with somewhere around 16 to 22 points.
Very consistent.
7, 8, 9, 10 rebounds. Yeah. Night in, night out, 4 or 5 assists.
The problem was people, after he signed that large $106 million contract, expected him to be a superstar and score 30 points a night, and it just wasn't that way.
Absolutely. Yeah, I mean, that is superstar money now.
Right,
so.
right.
Boy, Gilbert Arenas continues to shoot the ball well. Boy.
27 for Gilbert, whose season high is 36 against the 76ers. 10-point Magic lead. Stevenson, what a crossover, but the pass is picked off by Haywood. Arenas ahead of the pack, lays it up, and he's fouled. No basket, but he'll shoot 2.
Well, Deshaun tried to shovel a lob pass from below his waist. Of course, the 7-foot Brendan Haywood had no problem catching it.
Yeah.
Watch this. Nice crossover there. Look how, I mean, it goes right into his hands.
That's the easiest steal Brendan will ever get.
That was a forced steal.
Arenas 3 of 5 from the free throw line tonight. Has 28 points in the game. He's 11 of 21 from the field. Couple of rebounds and an assist. Gilbert in his 3rd year from Arizona. That's the other thing when I talked to Ernie Grunfeld today. We talked about Gilbert Arenas. The guy is 22 years old, and you just have to love that. Ernie Grunfeld really likes Gilbert Arenas.
I mean, what's not to like when you see his skills and his ability out there as a point guard that can score points? But again, I mean, when you look at somebody with those kind of skills, you demand more from them, and you want to see them be the best they possibly can. And obviously, one of the areas of improvement needed by Gilbert is to cut down on the turnovers and be more effective.
Checks the clock with Stevenson on him, who knocks it out of bounds. 8 seconds to shoot. Sports Night at 10 o'clock and 1 a.m. on Comcast Sportsnet, presented by our friends at PricewaterhouseCoopers. Arenas around Haywood, leaning jumper, and Jawan is there. 7 rebounds for Jawan Howard.
Another 3 for Tracy.
He has missed just 5 shots, Phil, in 20 attempts.
And I think most of those were early on, too.
What a night for McGrady, and we've still got 8 minutes to play in the 3rd quarter. He's got 39 points, and the Magic lead the Wizards by 13. Our VW flashback takes us back to the playing days of Johnny Davis. His days here with the Cleveland Cavaliers. Johnny Davis now the head coach of this team, who took over for Doc Rivers. And Paul Pressey, who has enjoyed an 11-year NBA career. Paul Pressey playing with Milwaukee and San Antonio, averaging better than 10.5 points, 5.5 assists, and nearly 4 rebounds per game. Also played a lot of postseason contests as well.
Both these guys pretty well, especially Johnny Davis. Played with him briefly in Indiana. Of course, he came into the league and got a championship ring with the Portland Trail Blazers. That was his first year in the league.
Foul on Andrew DeClercq. There's
Pressey on the left, yeah. Johnny Davis on the right.
Fourth personal on DeClercq, and Christian Laettner back to the free throw line where he is 2 for 2 tonight. Christian has 8 points in the game. Tracy McGrady has 39. His season high is 51. His career high was last season here against Chicago when he scored 52 on February 21st.
Yeah, that 53 by Shaq might be in a little danger.
Well, it could be. That's the franchise high, 53 from Shaquille. 12-point Orlando lead. Steve Buckhantz with Phil Chenier and our Comcast Sportsnet crew. Our producer Wade Rowland, director Chris Grain, and graphic artist Brian Roan. Oh my. 41 for T-Mac.
You know, you've got him there, 16 for 21, so he's missed 5 shots. 4 of them have been three-pointers. He's 4 for 8 from three-point range.
Holding foul called inside on Stephen Hunter. Third on Hunter. And that will send Brendan Haywood to the free throw line.
You know, and with all that, Washington down by 14 points, so still in striking range. They certainly need to try to cool off Tracy any way they can, and then utilize the hot shooting of Gilbert Arenas.
Laettner keeps it alive and tips it in.
Way to stay after it.
Veteran move by the veteran from Duke. Howard inside to Hunter, double team. Good defense. They kick it over to Lou. Key's long jumper, no good. Out of bounds, they'll give it to Orlando.
Well, Mitchell Butler seems convinced that Tyronn Lue was the last to touch it. He's looking for all the different officials to see if they come change their mind. But there's the last offensive tip in by Christian Laettner. Good hustle.
Arenas. McGrady penetrates, lost the handle on it. Spins inside, kicks it out.
Still in that key.
Long time, and a 3-second violation finally called. 8th turnover of the game for Orlando. The Wizards have committed just 7. And Washington a chance once again to get it into single digits, which they do. Gilbert Arenas with 31 points.
We've talked so much about Tracy McGrady and Gilbert. Like you said, 12 for 23. Made 5 free throws, 31 points already.
Jeffries for the open shot, no good. McGrady's jumper, a little short, and a loose ball foul on Orlando. Eddie Jordan will bring Lonnie Baxter and Etan Thomas back into the action. And Christian Laettner will be shooting free throws, so Baxter will stay out until Christian completes the free throws.
Christian Laettner shooting 2.
Magic by 9. Laettner with 11 points. He got the start tonight. And in 25 minutes is 4 of 13. Has 11 rebounds and 12 points, so a double-double for Christian Laettner.
He's been working extremely hard despite the frustration about not getting to the free throw line. 5 of 6.
13 points for Laettner. The Wizards on an 8-2 run in the last 2 minutes and 10 seconds to climb back into this game. McGrady around a screen, long jumper, unbelievable. Three-pointer for McGrady. He's got 44 in the game. What a show he and Gilbert Arenas have put on. Arenas' short jumper no good, but he gets it back. Arenas challenges McGrady, and a foul is called, and it's on McGrady. Here's another look.
Only the second on Tracy, but well, this is the kind of matchup you kind of like enjoy watching.
Fun.
The two of them are just hot, and I think Gilbert probably sensed that as well. He took his man one-on-one. Tracy picks up his second personal.
Well, it is fun to see guys like that, legitimate superstars, challenge each other.
Is that his first or his second? I still see on the stat sheet.
McGrady his first. Hey, attention Jazz fans. Join Kwame Brown, Gilbert Arenas, and the Wizards March 31st. They take on Jason Kidd, Kenyon Martin, and the Nets at 7 o'clock. Jazz legend Herbie Hancock will perform and be awarded the Jazz Masters Award at halftime. Call 202-432-SEAT to get your tickets now, or log on to WashingtonWizards.com. 2 free throws by Arenas, cuts it to 8. Tyronn Lue, the jumper, good. T. Lue, who won 2 titles with the Lakers in 2000 and 2001. Arenas, jumper, no. Tyronn Lue scored in double figures 28 times last year for the Wizards. McGrady lays it off to Howard, who didn't see it. Now he'll take the jumper, a little bit strong, and Thomas is there. Magic by 10 into Lonnie Baxter, who scores easily. Good pass inside from Arenas. 4.5 to play in the third quarter. Wizards scoring from the paint. Oh my.
That ball hit every possible part of the rim before dropping through.
Talk about a hometown bounce. Bogans with 5 points. Mitchell Butler can't get the roll. Howard the rebound. Up ahead to Bogans. For McGrady, who penetrates, draws the foul, and he'll shoot 2. It's on Lonnie Baxter, his third personal.
Kind of a delayed break. You see Tracy coming across the middle. Drawing the contact from Lonnie Baxter.
Steve Blake into the Washington lineup. McGrady has not shot the ball well from the free throw line tonight, 5 of 8. 45 points in the game for McGrady.
3:48 left in the third quarter, too.
You see his career numbers. His season high was against Denver. He's 17 of 24 from the field, 7 of 10 from the line, 5 rebounds, 5 assists, 46 points in 31 minutes. Thomas squares off on Rooks and scores with a left hand. Magic by 11. Grady. 7 to shoot. T-Mac, tough turnaround. Unbelievable! He is blistering the net. 48 for McGrady.
And Steve, we're not seeing bad defense on the part of the Wizards there. That's an air ball for Steve Blake. I mean, they were trying to deny him the ball on that last possession.
13-point Magic lead with 2:50 to play. And McGrady has electrified this crowd in Orlando. And has 48 points in the game.
And I'll tell you something else that's in jeopardy. I think it's the record, his record, I should say, personal best for threes is 8. He's got 5 of those. The way he's shooting, he's 5 for 10 from three-point range. And I mean, good defense. They're forcing him to fade away, get the hand in the face, but he's already zeroed in on the basket.
28 in the first half, including 21 in the second quarter, and 20 points here in the second half. And this is still the third quarter.
I was going to say the third quarter.
Yeah.
With some time left.
Right. He'll try another one. No way! 2-point field goal, and McGrady has matched his season high of 51. Bad pass, but luckily Mitchell Butler gets it back. Bothered by Bogans. Thomas against Rooks. Matan pulls the trigger and hits.
Well, they want to do whatever they can to get that ball out of Tracy McGrady's hands. I mean, he's already proven that he can score and will. So now you try and keep the ball out of his hand.
Here he goes. That's way off the mark. And the rebound, Alani Baxter. Tracy McGrady 1 point away from tying his career high. Arenas off the rim, no good. Thomas is fouled by Rooks, and he'll shoot. 51 for McGrady. And now a correction on the official scoreboard. 50 for McGrady, 50 officially. They must have counted that last one as a 3 when it was only a 2.
Good offensive rebound there from Matan, and Gilbert was the player that made that possible by his drive, taking Rooks out of the play and allowing Matan the range to come up with the offensive rebound.
8 points and 5 rebounds off the bench for Atan Thomas. And Gilbert Arenas will get a rest. Arenas, the only one that could overshadow his performance is McGrady, because Arenas has 33.
That's what I said. I mean, you're so amazed and marveling at Tracy McGrady. You forget that Gilbert's having a heck of a game himself.
Yeah, he's 3 points away from his season high. Thomas makes them both and cuts the lead to 11.
And again, I was going to say, the Wizards just kind of hanging around. If they could get a couple of turnovers and force this guy to miss a shot.
Here he goes. Just missed that one. Tracy McGrady has taken 28 shots in the game, made 19 of them. Butler drives, leans in, and scores. What a play that was. 9-point Magic lead.
28 shots is not a lot of shots for somebody to have 50 points.
Steal by McGrady for T. Lue. Back to T-Mac. He'll pop the jumper. Got hit on the arm. Was he shooting a 3 or not? Couldn't see where he was on the floor.
No, just a 2.
He'll shoot 2. It's on to Sean Stevenson.
I guess the first 2 was for Steve Blake's number.
Right.
I saw him that. Well, I mean, the way he's been shooting, you got to figure somebody must have fouled him, even if I didn't see any contact coming from Steve Blake.
7 of 10 from the line for McGrady. Now has 51 points.
And for the Magic, number 2, Deshaun Stevenson.
Deshaun Stevenson in the lineup for T. Lue. Teron has 7 points and 4 assists in the game, and McGrady now to tie his career high of 52.
In less than 3 quarters, too.
Butler drives. Nice move.
Finish. Nice finish.
McGrady pops, rims it, and Bogans keeps it alive. 5-second difference. These fans want McGrady to shoot. They want a new career high. McGrady penetrates, gets pushed, fouled, and will go to the line.
And see, that's such a smart play. He's starting to change up. I don't know if he's starting to lose the legs to pull up from as deep as he has earlier in this game, but now showing the skill of getting to the basket. You know, 6'8", to be able to handle the ball that well, and you've got to defensively, you've got to play out on him strong the way he's been shooting, and that makes him even more capable of getting to the line.
McGrady 9 of 13 from the free throw line. He shoots 80.5%. And he missed them both, but Bogans gets it back. McGrady with 2 seconds fires the jumper, and that is the end of the third quarter. So Tracy McGrady, perhaps a little bit spent, perhaps feeling the pressure of knowing he's going to the line for a new career high.
He gives some credit to Mitchell Butler. I mean, he's really been trying to stay close to him, deny the ball. That time went up, challenged him on the shot, and I'm sure the fact that Tracy's been playing 35 minutes and has, 31 shots, that'll tie you down a little bit.
After 3, McGrady has 52, and the Magic lead the Wizards 81-72. 3 quarters have been played in Orlando, and we are witnessing a career performance from Tracy McGrady, who has tied his career high with 52 points. McGrady, who set the career mark back in February of last season against Chicago in this very building with 52, had 7 in the first quarter, 21 in the second, and 24 in the third. And he'll get a rest to start the fourth quarter.
19 for 31 from the field. The only drawback has been his free throw shooting, 9 of 14.
It has helped to overshadow somewhat the performance of Gilbert Arenas, who is 12 of 26 from the field and has 33 points. Arenas again. And a loose ball foul on Lonnie Baxter, and that'll be his 5th personal, I believe. Correction, 4th personal. No, it is his 5th personal.
Well, both teams in that last quarter scoring 32 points. Both of them shooting right around the same percentage. Washington 10 for 23. Orlando with 1 more field goal, 11 for 23. So very even. Washington has to make up this lead, though.
Bogans for 2. The former DeMatha star was the 43rd overall pick by Milwaukee, traded to Orlando for cash this past June 26th. Arenas for Tom Thomas, short jumper, no good. One of the things Tyronn Lue said that he learned from Michael Jordan as DeClercq collides with Arenas.
Looks like their knees colliding, both players limping.
Gilbert really limping now, and Eddie Jordan will want a 20-second timeout, which he gets. Arenas and DeClercq collided. One of the things that T. Lue said that he learned from Michael Jordan was when your superstar is not going well, you have to learn how to win without him. Forget, it's okay to put the pressure on him, like this team has let T-Mac carry the load.
Right.
But if he's not available to score all those points, you've got to somehow learn to play without the guy. And I'm not saying that Orlando hasn't been able to do that this year. They've only won 18 games. But you do learn a lot of things when you play with a guy like Michael Jordan. Yeah.
And keep in mind, he got to play with Kobe Bryant out there in L.A., too. So he's played with a couple of pretty good ball players. There's the two colliding. And it's like, both of them staying in.
Last year, the Magic finished 42-40. That gave them 11 straight years with a 500 or better record. But they won't get there this year. They can be assured of that. So for the first time in 12 years, they will not finish at 500 or better. And a loose ball foul is called on Christian Laettner. Number 4 on Leitner. And Tracy McGrady back in. Now, you may ask yourself why. Well, naturally, to try to get his career high.
And you know what? And this game isn't quite over with. Washington keeps hanging around that 8, 9, 10-point range.
Howard fade away. No good short. Tipped away, and Arenas chases it down, but McGrady gets it back. And a short jumper, no good. Lonnie Baxter is there. Steal by Stevenson. Deshaun Stevenson. Alley-oop goes out of bounds, and the Magic turn it over.
Both teams showing a little bit of the fumbles that time.
Both teams with 9 turnovers. Well below their season averages. Jared Jeffries off the screen, shoots and scores. Jeffries, who hurt a knee last night, started tonight. He's 2 of 4, has 4 points. Stevenson guarded by Blake.
Oh, good pressure from Steve Blake.
For Juwan Howard, 10 to shoot. And getting tangled up with Jeffries is McGrady. And that'll give Orlando the ball on the side.
Well, obviously you want to be in a deny position when it comes to Tracy McGrady. If he doesn't have the ball, you certainly want to stop him from getting the ball.
Tyronn Lue checks back into the game for Orlando. Magic have beaten the Wizards 3 times this season. Inside, Stevenson hit and fouled, and he'll shoot 2. The last time that the Wizards swept the Magic was 89-90. The last time the Magic swept the Wizards was 99-2000. And they have a chance this year for 4 in a row as Stevenson makes the free throw. Foul was on Arenas. That's his first of the night. Gilbert still with 33 points in the game, and Tracy McGrady with 52. 2 free throws for Deshaun Stevenson in his 4th year from Washington Union High School, which is in Fresno, California. Baltimore's Sean Corbin with a foul. It's on Juwan Howard, his 3rd. I mentioned Deshaun Stevenson. Remember back to the when the Wizards had the All-Star game at MCI Center 2001?
Right.
He finished 2nd that year to Desmond Mason in the slam dunk competition. Steve Blake, double team to go to Leitner inside. He's bumped with no call. Thomas is there to slam it in. Magic by 11. McGrady fouled by Blake.
Foul number 2.
His 4th personal.
Blake's going for the strip. The main thing is they want to try and get that ball out of Tracy McGrady's hand.
And with 9:07 to play in the game, the Wizards are over the limit.
Wow, I was thinking that was a good foul because they didn't have that many team fouls. I didn't realize that.
Tracy McGrady sets from the free throw line and misses again. He's missed 3 straight free throws and still looking for a new career high. He's 9 of 15 from the free throw line. And Tracy McGrady has a new career high of 53 that matches the franchise high set by Shaquille O'Neal. Arenas fade away, missed it. Rebound to T-Mac. Soars inside and misses a layup. Arenas for 3. Tip up, no good by Thomas. Atan gets the rebound and fights for it, kicks it out to Blake. He'll fire for 3 and rim it. .12-point Magic lead with 8:21 to play. Alley-oop. McGrady inside, and a foul is called. And he'll shoot 2 more.
Official timeout. Official
Timeout with 8:21 to play. Tracy McGrady with 53. He goes to the free throw line for 2 more.
Really a dance. I thought he had a hook in his neck and his hip or something. He's trying to work it out.
Well, at halftime we saw a trick. It wasn't a trick shot performance. It was just a circus-like atmosphere here when they brought 3 large pigs onto the floor.
Hairy pigs, too. I happened to
pigs.
pass by.
See that?
What a pretty sight.
Tracy McGrady is bringing home the bacon here tonight with a new franchise high 54 points.
I like that. Bringing home the bacon.
Yeah. Amazing. 24 years old.
How about scary?
It is scary. So against the Wizards this year, he scored 27 in the first game, 35 in the second, 39 in the third, and 55 here in the fourth.
And keep in mind, that is his second 50-point game.
There he goes again. Howard chases it down. They're just going to feed McGrady now and let him try to pad those numbers. Here he is. Tracy lays it off for DeClercq for Howard. Juwan blocked inside, gets it back, blocked again. Shot clock is at 7. Did not reset. McGrady baseline, goes all the way, lays it up. And what an amazing shot by McGrady. "57 points for Tracy McGrady."
This is just too pretty to talk about. Just watch this. Unbelievable.
The 57 points by McGrady ties a Washington opponent high set by none other than Michael Jordan on December 23rd, 1992, when he played for the Bulls.
Nice standing ovation, too. We've still got 7.5 minutes to go.
Thomas gets it back and scores easily. Magic by 13 with 7:20 to go. As the fans here at the TD Waterhouse Center have witnessed a career performance from Tracy McGrady. 57 points. Steve Blake around a screen for Leitner. Knocked away by Deshaun Stevenson. McGrady is held by Arenas. Oh my goodness! He threw it up. It didn't count, but nothing can stop McGrady tonight. Are you kidding me?
It won't count on the scoreboard, but we'll remember that shot as well. Yeah, Deshaun coming up with the steal and the finish with the flush.
McGrady makes the free throw to give him 58. Here's this play again. I thought we were going to get a chance to see McGrady throw up that long jumper again.
Off the glass, too.
Jeffries inside, flushes it down. 6:28 to go. Magic by 15. Fans want him to score 60. He's got 59. Tracy knocked away, lost it out of bounds, and turned it over.
Well, obviously the fans want to see him break 60. Believe me, everybody in this Wizard uniform and on the coaching staff do not want to see that. And he may have just a couple more minutes before Johnny Davis pulls him and sits him out.
Arenas, who had been stuck on 33 for some time, hits to score 35, and Gilbert is 1 point away from his season high of 36. Deshaun Stevenson. McGrady drives on Leitner, blocked inside, gets it back, and he's fouled. Tracy McGrady will go to the free throw line for the 21st time tonight. He's only missed 15 shots from the field. Standing ovation. Timeout in Orlando.
If a
And then this guy here, Tracy McGrady.
So McGrady, who has the new franchise high of 59, besting the old mark set by Shaquille O'Neal of 53. Misses again. Wow.
He's missed more free throws than he has field goals, hasn't he? Or,
yes.
No, I guess now,
well,
he's
close.
20
He's
for
missed 7
now.
free throws,
Yeah.
and he's missed 15 field goals. 14 of 21 from the line. And has 60 points in the game. 60 for Gilbert Arenas, which of course is a new opponent high for the Wizards. The old mark 57 by Michael Jordan in 1992. Leitner takes the long jumper and misses a three. McGrady gets the rebound, and he has 10 rebounds, so a double-double, 60 points, 10 rebounds. Off a screen, rims it. Howard is there. Juwan blocked by Thomas. And it looked like it went off of Gilbert Arenas' hand.
Yeah, I thought so too.
Up ahead to Leitner. He lost it out of bounds and turned it over.
Well, he had a Thomas underneath the basket, took his eyes off the ball.
Hey, fans, on Wednesday, March 17th at 7 o'clock, come see Gilbert Arenas, Kwame, and the Wizards take on Chris Webber, Peja Stojakovic, and the Kings in their only appearance at MCI Center this season. Get your tickets now. 202-432-SEAT or WashingtonWizards.com. That's March 17th. T-Mac is fouled. He'll shoot 2 more.
Interesting to see how much longer Johnny Davis leaves him in there.
Right. He's got 8 in the quarter. So by quarter, Tracy McGrady, 7 in the first, 21 in the second, 24 in the third, and 8 here in the fourth. Total of 60 points. He is 20 of 36 from the field in 41 minutes of play. 15 of 22 from the line. 10 rebounds, 5 assists.
Wow. This is amazing.
He is an 80.5% free throw shooter.
And he's starting to get a little ticked off at himself.
He is perplexed. You know he'll come back after this game and say, had I made my free throws.
I'm taking that. I know he will be.
Well, had he made his free throws, he'd have 69 points.
Good man.
Thomas, no good. Stevenson there. De Klerk puts it up and in. Steve Blake for the jumper, good.
Steve Blake.
The last 60-point game in the NBA was recorded by Shaquille O'Neal on March 6, 2000, when the Lakers were playing at the Clippers, and he had 61. T. Lue doing what he is known to do, and that's squirm on the floor. Arenas is fouled.
Got it.
For the field goal, he'll go to the line. A new season high 37 for Gilbert Arenas.
With a chance to make it 38. And we talk about this so many times. His sheer strength and power to overpower Juwan, is giving up the foul, but thinking that he's not going to allow him to make the shot. But Gilbert is able to continue with that shot and drop it.
Makes the free throw. 38 points for Gilbert Arenas. His career high 41 last year against the Wizards. Howard had it knocked away. 13 on the shot clock. 12-point Magic lead. Thomas lays it in. Strong move on Andrew DeClerc.
Yeah. He had to bring that right back into the face of the defender, DeClerc.
The lead is 10. Reach-in foul is committed
Timeout, Washington.
on Christian Laettner. Timeout with 2:42 to go in this ball game. Near as Orlando has a 10-point lead on the Wizards with 2:42 to play. Tracy McGrady has 61 points in the game. Gilbert Arenas has 38.
And with all the hot shooting from Tracy McGrady, they still haven't been able to really run away from the Wizards. It's always been right around 9 to 12 points. And, and I'm sure that's part of the reason, along with allowing Tracy, the way he's shooting, to get some of those records under his belt. But I'm sure Johnny Davis also didn't want to take him out because he's been the only one really carrying.
62 for McGrady. A new career high in free throw attempts now of 25. He's 20 of 37 from the floor. And in 43 minutes of play,
I said the 20 field goals made that ties his career. Is that?
I got to check that because it was either 18 or 20.
I thought you said 20. Oh, nice play. Gilbert with a nice lob to Jared Jeffries.
Howard, baseline jumper, no good. Arenas is there. Arenas to push it up for Washington. And an offensive foul on Gilbert Arenas. His fourth personal.
His fourth, no team foul.
McGrady tied his field goals made with 20.
2 minutes, less than 2 minutes.
Tied his field goals attempted with 37. Stevenson lays it up and in. Spinning, a nice move by Etan Thomas. And Andrew DeClerc has had no answer for Etan Thomas tonight. Etan with 18 points and 11 rebounds.
Number 2, Steve
So,
his fifth penalty situation.
For Etan Thomas, that ties his career high, which he had against Cleveland, 18 points. Boy, the Magic from the free throw line tonight, 65%.
They've had a lot of them, too. It's at 24 for 37. It's at 25-38.
10-point Magic lead with 1:24 to go. Jeffries misses, gets it back, it scores easily. The Magic lead is 8. 6 to shoot. Stevenson puts it up, rejected by Thomas, and a 24-second violation. They will count the block. They will not count the block.
Well, there's been a lot of exciting plays, but mainly coming from these two guys. Gilbert Arenas there gets the three-point play despite the foul by Juwan Howard. And watch this reverse layup between two defenders from Tracy McGrady. Great play. That's our Subway play of the day.
And a timeout has been taken by Eddie Jordan. 43 and 7/10 seconds remain in regulation. Wizards had a 1-point lead early on. Since then, it's been all Orlando, but you're right, they've never been able to run away with Washington.
Right. And, you know, to the same note, Washington's never been able to dig into that lead and get it down to 4 or 5, not since the end of the first half there when they had it down to 6. But a lot of that credit goes to Tracy McGrady. I mean, he's kept the Wizards at bay. He's hit some incredible shots. And that's not to forget about Gilbert Arenas, who has also come up with a new season high.
Only once this season have the Wizards reached 100 points against the Magic. That was the last time they played, and they lost by 4. In the other games, they put up 91 and 92 points. A Magic team that allows 101 points a game, last in the league.
Yeah. In fact, 4 of their last 5 opponents have reached 100 points on them. So, again, in going over our keys, if you look at the recent history and the trend of the defense that this team has played, a lot of teams have gotten 100 points, a lot of teams have shot well. And, but Washington, they just seem, so far this year, they seem to have had Washington's number.
So Eddie Jordan strategizing during that timeout. His team is still in this game. Gilbert Arenas has 38. Arenas drives, down low Thomas. He gets fouled, and he'll go to the line. Stops the clock with 39.6 seconds to play.
Foul number 45, Sean Hooks.
Atan 4 of 6 from the line tonight.
First in the last 2 minutes.
And he can achieve a new career high here with one of these free throws. $18 in the game for Atan with 11 rebounds. And he gets it, a new career high, 19 points for Atan Thomas. Off the bench in 23 minutes, and the Magic take time. They lead by 7. And 39 and 6/10 seconds remain in regulation.
Well, we said the guys are going to have to play additional minutes of time. So far tonight, 23 minutes, but he has posted his 3rd double-double in the last 6 games. So it's good to see Atan kind of bounce back.
Wizards are on a 7-1 run here with 1:15 to play, and they've kept it close as we take another look at our Jim Coleman keys to the game that you mentioned.
Well, we talked about the over and under on offense, scoring 100 points and having more assists. They only had 6 assists the last time I looked. The under was the defensive side, keeping Orlando under 100 points and keeping them under 50% shooting. They're not shooting 50%, but obviously the 100 points, you can't account for the night Tracy is having. And then the rebounding total, Washington has the advantage rebound-wise. Secret weapon, well, I'd say that Tracy McGrady took his game to another level, and that was probably the secret. But Washington out-rebounding their opponents by 3.
McGrady's line, 20 of 37. He's hit 5 of 14 three-pointers, 17 of 26 from the free throw line, 10 rebounds, 5 assists, and 62 points for Tracy McGrady. 6 turnovers in the game for T-Mac. He's played 44 minutes.
You know, I do believe this is my first time seeing someone score 60 points.
You weren't too far from it. You scored 53 in a game.
Well, and I didn't see myself do that either, so that makes any sense.
I saw it.
60 points.
Sean Rooks is fouled.
Foul number 36. Thomas.
And Sean Rooks, who's playing in his 10th game, is 13 of 14 with Orlando on the season, 25 of 29 overall at the free throw line. Last year he played 70 games for the Clippers. Magic got him from New Orleans February 19th for Shammond Williams, another Arizona grad, now in his 12th season. Gets them both. Steve Blake's short jumper no good. Tipped up into the air. Christian Laettner has it. Throws it to Tyronn Lue into the backcourt, and Lue will score easily.
Hey, forgot that Tyronn signed as a free agent and came down here. Tyronn, the only player in that backcourt. Maybe Tyronn called him. I can't tell, but I tell you, Laettner reacted immediately, just tossed it out to him.
As if it was his teammate.
You know, players do that sometimes.
Look at the smile on Christian's face as well. Wouldn't that be something if that really is what happened?
Watch him get the rebound, and he hears something or sees something, turn and flips it out to him. He's gone. There's nobody else out there but Tyronn.
Played the last 2 years with.
Yeah, even Christian has to smile a little bit.
Wow. Once again, the Wizards have not been swept by Orlando since the 99-2000 season. And T. Lue, in his 6th year from Nebraska now, all smiles.
We very seldom see him without a smile on his face. Those were the 2 years we saw him. He was always upbeat, always positive.
Yeah, I like the guy a lot. He
Yeah.
came up to us before the game, gave us a big hug and a handshake.
The bubble.
Who's on the bubble in March Madness? That's the question. Will the Maryland Terrapins get in? We know his alma mater is there. Tracy McGrady, basically a local product, grew up 40 miles from here. Went to high school in Durham, North Carolina. Arenas lays it up, and Gilbert is in, and Arenas has 40 points in the game. McGrady urged to bring it up and shoot, but instead they'll go to Tyronn Lue, who will hold the ball, and they'll run out the clock. Record-setting performance tonight in Orlando. Tracy McGrady with a career and franchise-high 62 points. Gilbert Arenas a season-high 40, but the Magic, for the 4th time this year, defeat the Wizards. The final tonight, 108-99.
And what a night this guy here has had. Just a tremendous night. As I said, the first 60-point game I've ever seen in watching at any level.
Wizards lose their 4th straight and fall to 20-43 on the season, 6-24 on the road. Comcast Sportsnet coverage of Wizards basketball.